Nobody actually knows where the 3 to 6 months of expenses rule came from. Ask a financial writer to point you to the original study, and most of them go quiet. The data behind it traces back to research that's now over 15 years old, from around the Great Recession, and it's been repeated ever since without anyone updating it. Rent's gone up since then. Your job doesn't come with a pension. And every finance channel on the internet is still repeating the exact same number like it fell from the sky. Here's the problem nobody talks about. That number was never about you. It was a guess. And guessing wrong is why 42% of Americans have $0 saved for an emergency, and why the other 58% feel guilty they don't have more. I'm going to show you the actual math for what you need. Not months, not vibes, real numbers. And why the one big scary number approach is the reason most people never start saving at all. Ask 5 finance creators how big your emergency fund should be, and you'll get 5 different answers. Some say 3 months. Some say 6. One guy on YouTube says 3 months will destroy your family, and you need 12. Meanwhile, another video tells you forget the months entirely. Just save $2,000 and you're basically fine. So which is it? 3, 6, 12, $2,000 flat? Truth is, they're all answering the wrong question. How many months was never the right way to think about this. It's a leftover from an era when everyone had one steady paycheck and a company pension backing them up. That's not your life. It's not anyone's life anymore. Let's actually do the math instead of quoting a decades-old rule. Say you make $60,000 a year. After taxes, that's roughly $4,200 a month. Strip it down to just the essentials: rent, utilities, groceries, insurance, minimum debt payments, no subscriptions, no takeout, and you're looking at somewhere between $2,750 and $3,500 a month. That's your real number, not 6 months of your current lifestyle. 1 month of your bare-bones survival cost is about $3,000. Multiply that by however many months of protection you actually need, and we'll get to how you figure that out in a second. And you've got a target that's built from your life, not some average household from a study that's older than your last 3 jobs. Here's the part nobody mentions. The size of the number you're told to save is the reason most people never save anything. Tell someone they need $15,000 sitting in the bank before they're safe, and here's what actually happens in their brain. It doesn't sound like a goal, it sounds impossible. And when a goal sounds impossible, most people don't save slower, they stop entirely. It's the same reason nobody starts a diet that begins with, "Run a marathon tomorrow." You quit before you start. So here's the fix almost nobody teaches. Stop trying to build one giant fund. Build 3 small ones. Tier 1. Your annoyance fund. About $1,000 to $1,500. This covers the stuff that isn't really an emergency. A flat tire, a vet visit, your fridge making a weird noise. Small, fast, done. Most people can save this in a couple months. Tier 2. Your real trouble fund. This is roughly 1 month of your bare-bones number. For our $60,000 example, about $3,000. This covers the stuff that actually hurts. A surprise medical bill, a big car repair, a slow month of freelance work. Tier 3. Your income replacement fund. 3 months of essentials, around $9,000 in our example. This is the one that matters if you lose your job entirely. It's the only tier where 3 months, as a rule, actually makes sense, because it's specifically insuring against losing your paycheck, not against life's smaller chaos. Notice what just happened. Instead of one impossible $15,000 wall, you've got 3 achievable climbs. And every single one of them protects you from something different.
Now here's a mistake even people who understand the tiers still make. Building Tier 3 while carrying high-interest debt. Let's run the actual numbers. Say you've got $6,000 in credit card debt at 24% interest, and you're also trying to build a $6,000 emergency fund in an old-school savings account paying 0.5%. After 1 year, that savings account earns you about $30. Meanwhile, that same $6,000 in credit card debt, left alone, costs you about $1,600 in interest over that same year. Do the subtraction. You're roughly $1,580 worse off for prioritizing an under-optimized safety net over debt that's actively bleeding you. That's not caution. That's a leak with a nicer name. The fix isn't never save while in debt. It's build Tier 1 fast. Then aim everything extra at high-interest debt before you stack Tiers 2 and 3. And when you do save, put it somewhere actually earning something. A decent high-yield account gets you closer to $240 a year on that same $6,000, not $30. So here's what changes once you know this.
You stop asking, how many months should I have saved? Because that question was never built for your life. You start asking 3 smaller questions instead. Do I have my annoyance fund? Do I have my real trouble fund? Am I building toward job loss protection without bleeding money to debt while I do it? None of those questions feel impossible. All 3, together, do more for your financial life than chasing one abstract number that's been copy-pasted for over 15 years and nobody ever double-checked. You don't need a fortress. You need 3 doors, opened one at a time. That's the real emergency fund number, not months, math.